you next week. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ghidorah, Omut, Commander Knight, M5. Talk to you all later.
And along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny, their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as he thundered through the sky, where he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi. Ghost riders in the sky. Since I first did this. Alrighty, their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught 'em yet. 'Cause they've got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cry. As riders loped on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride. Ride against the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Let's sing Rawhide now, dude. Rollin', 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 rollin'. Though the creeks are swollen, keep them doggies rollin', Rawhide.
Ha ha ha.
One of these days,
your whole spiel no one could hear.
one of these days we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, well, that's because when we transition from one to the other, it doesn't. We just know human to pull up the knobs. So, welcome to Monster Talk, where we get into talking about what makes a monster tick, and I don't know all the other things I said.
Yeah.
Which now you're nice and happy because you get to watch me do another screw up, but that's fine. He's annoyed because I haven't told him what monster we're talking about today. Of course, and then it's on the screen, dude.
Yeah, I know. On the screen? I don't know. I just looked at my notification, then I got it because you said it was on the title.
And so you looked at it. So,
yeah.
That was what you were doing with your phone, kind of going. Okay. Anyway, I was telling what Monster Talk is, or what it's meant to be, and God knows what it ends up where we end up going. But today's Monster Talk, when we were talking about how we were talking about combat, right? And how it's you go, you go, you go, you go, you go, you go. And it's like, to me, it's like watching a comic book where, he goes like this, and the next guy goes like that, and the next guy goes like this. And it's like, that's not how it used to be. That's not how it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, it's cool for like Marvel superheroes, right? Because that's how you watch a comic, right? You pause. Well, this is supposed to be, is it 6 seconds? 6 seconds of action all happening at once. But because of the way we game it, it goes one at a time, and then people meta game, and so like we have, if you ever played with somebody that like goes, oh, well, I'll take 3 steps here, do this here, move there, do that. I mean, and all these things, and I'll manipulate, and it's like, dude, there's this monster coming at you, right? And yes, you can be cool and calm and collected, but I mean, that's way too metagamed, right? You agree with that kind of.
Yeah.
You seem to you're an old soul gamer, which is really cool, in that. Yeah, exactly, like the '60s Marvel ones, right? So, but maybe this is just when I was a kid too. It's like it all happened, this, and actually the Troll Lord's Tips of the Trade, he was going over this last week, I think it was, or a couple weeks ago. And we talked about it with initiative, right? Do you re-roll initiative every time, or decide what you want to do before initiative, and all these different things. And let me change the view up a little bit. And I started thinking, if the people are jabbering and taking too long, why not, instead of telling them over and over, okay, hurry up, boys, okay, hurry up, why not have that spawn in or create a role to bring in a gibbering mouther? And not even tell them that's why the gibbering mouther's coming in. But since all they're doing is gibbering, and the gibbering mouther is like this magic construct, why not have too much table talky stuff that's separating away, bring in a gibbering mouther?
I don't know.
Okay, Dad.
Okay.
Why not? I mean, what? Do you think that's a good idea?
I don't know.
You're a good DM. Come on. What do you think? Your thoughts are important to me, child. Son. Crickets. All right. Well, I can hear the crickets.
Good to know my thoughts are important to somebody.
Are they important to you?
No.
They're just thoughts, Dad. Why don't you pull out Wrath with Chardalon? Let's pull out one of them gibbering mouther guys, so we can put a guy on. I've got a slideshow going up top that has gibbering mouthers, and oh, you got to bring it from the other side, huh? Up I go.
No.
You can't get it that way. It's one thing too small.
It's just, they're adjustable shelves lowered a little. It's the wrong one. It's this one.
Well, I'd be happy to lower them a little, buddy. But guess who has to do that and has to have time to do that?
You do.
There you go. Good thing you've solved all the problems. Appreciate you. This is the new age. So, get the gibbering mouther out of there.
What is this? You actually brought notes?
No, I always have notes. This is the first time I ever had them nearby. They're usually buried. There's probably notes from a couple weeks ago here.
They're not in here.
There's no gibbering mouthers in there?
There's no creatures in here. Only the big ones.
Oh, where's the...
I don't know.
Oh, it's probably right over there. Is there a box of them over here? Let's leave it open. We can put the rest of them back. So we've got miniatures coming out of our ears at this house. Here we go. This looks like a good box of minis. Is that Wrath of Chardalon minis?
I don't know.
Well, lean forward and look.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, what? How would you guys role play Identified a Smurf village? I would probably have it be a halfling village that was cursed. I don't see any gibbering mouthers in there. I see grells. What are gibbering mouthers in? Oh, there we go. There's a gibbering mouther.
They're primered.
I think I would have the Smurfs be like cursed, like say something cursed a village of halflings and turned them into Smurfs, unless they wanted to be Smurfs. That's an interesting question. But yeah, I would probably do something like that. And then, what were they doing? Were they being happy little Smurfs? Here, let me put that back. Or are they evil things? How did they DM? How was that presented to you, or is that your idea?
It says hundreds of tiny Smurfs attacked us. He had to fight each individually, so we had to run away.
Well, so that's like goblins, right? I mean, people think goblins are easy, but they should have this group attack. Though I don't know if I'd have that whole thing rolling all the time. That'd be a mass combat. That's an interesting question. Maybe we'll dig into that a little later. I would probably, yeah, because I mean, he obviously had rolled it all up what they were going to be, right? Here's your gibbering mouthers. Hang on. Why is that not tipping right? It's usually, because I have to lower it, huh? I'm sorry, I'm using this is my fancy camera. Here we go. Let's get that guy. Focus for that gibbering mouther.
Yeah, it's just got glare.
And he's got no paint on him, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Just primer.
Just primered, and he's primered light. So light primer tends to make them more like heroes, but I probably only had light at the time. I don't necessarily like all the eyeballs on the gibbering mouther. I mean, they're about the mouths. But which book should we read first for the gibbering mouther? I don't think the gibbering mouther came before first edition. I don't think it's in original D&D. So let's pull out. I've got all these fancy protectors now for stuff. It makes them a pain in the butt to use. But gibbering mouther. I hope he's in here. I've got every book known to man. Okay, not every book known to man. Giant. Probably not going to have him in here. Gelatinous cube.
I like them.
You gotta like the gelatinous cube. Frost giant. Nope, goes to Knoll. How about in Monster Manual 2? Throw that over here. It's like we're opening packs of cards. What? So speak it. What? This is not. So speak the words. What does it say?
Rockabilly Guitarman says, I'd like to see how you would do Planet of the Apes and have the characters play astronauts.
So I once had a GURPS. I like doing these GURPS things where you make people their own person, who they are, and then zap them places like the Planet of the Apes. That'd be cool. That wouldn't even be that hard to do. I often, when you have a TPK, if you like the characters and stuff, and I've talked about this a little while too. Let's see, gibbering. There's a gibbering mouther. you know, zap them to the abyss and send them to a different time. I mean, okay, there it is. There's a gibbering mouther. I know it has eyes, but I didn't say it shouldn't have eyes. I said I don't like that with eyes. So let's see. Very rare, appear by themselves. 4 hit dice plus 3. That's actually pretty strong, but let's see. I think they're basically slow. Let's see what we got. Let's see, Mr. Gibbering Mouther. The Gibbering Mouther is an amoeboid-like form of life, composed of all mouths and eyes. Well, there you go. It is eyes as well. Its favorite tactic is to lie in wait with its eyes and mouths shut, so it appears to be a lump of earthy material. Thus surprises a party stumbling across it. Its only motive is to eat whatever is edible and within reach, regardless of whether the food is animal, vegetable, or mineral. Because of the creature's excessive hunger, the mouther's lair and surrounding area will be stripped bare. So it basically just eats and eats and eats. We don't have any music. Let's get some music going.
Okay.
What do you want to hear? You like my Pandora?
Yeah, but whatever's fine.
Well, what do you want to hear? You're here. You don't care?
I don't care.
Usually you care.
I don't care.
How about have a care?
I don't care.
This is a long-going thing between you and I.
Huh?
Make a stand. Pick something.
I don't know. Do your D&D playlist. I don't know.
I'll play Peace, Love, and Pandora because that's what you tend to like.
Okay.
Even though you won't request it. Let's see what they play with. There we go. So that's an interesting mix of modern music and older music that we'll do. What else does it say here? Gibbering mouthers prefer to inhabit cold and underground regions. The creatures propel itself by oozing forward. I should have you read this. You're a good reader. Get that off there. Fastening several mouths to the ground and pulling itself along. A mouther may move faster over fluid, viscous terrain, such as mud and quicksand, but by a series of muscular contractions. Given a chance, it will alter the ground, see below, with its special talent to allow this faster form of movement. The brain of a mouther is located in its mid-portion, and its gelatinous-like body makes it difficult to strike this one vital spot. Thus, it's armor class 1. So back in the day, that armor class 1 would have meant plate mail with a shield. Right? Actually, what was your first level guy?
2.
So that's better than plate mail with a shield.
Yes.
So it's +1 plate with a shield. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh. By the way, I forgot to... Did you... What do you want to hear?
Huh?
Oh, that's not how you do it. See if that works. Oh, it's not working. It should work. How about this? Why are they not working?
Ah, that is the spot.
Oh, here they come. They'll both come out right at the same time. Or the horn must be the wrong name for it. So there's sounds if you want there. I haven't fixed the other stuff, but there's sounds to find, and there's the horn. The horn was late, apparently. Yeah, the exclamation point you need for the... I think for the... Oh. So you just typed in horn? Oh, so... See, I'm trying to do it from chat where you need to do the redeem. I forgot to redeem the first time. All right, thank you. It's a great sounding horn. I think I got that from Age of Empires.
Okay.
But let's see. The brain was there, hard to get. The mouther attacks in more than one way. The spittle of the mouther will burst into a bright flare as it strikes any hard, cold surface, resulting in a flash that will blind for 1 round those characters looking at the flash if they fail to save versus petrification. So remember that when you're writing for your first edition, guys, is like all those different saves.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be basically, I'd imagine petrification is like what, Dex? What would you have them save for? I don't know.
It depends. Is it a...
It just said what it was.
I know petrification, but there's different ways you
No,
can
but it just said
petrify
how it
someone.
happened, right? It spits, it hits hard surface, splash,
Yes.
and it's bright.
That would be...
So-
I would do that one as Dex, yes.
Okay.
But if it
To
was
do-
like an
to
auditory...
turn the head quickly
Yeah.
as it's flashing. Okay.
Well, it's not like it's... Yeah, it's like yabbering so much that you're becoming immobilized by it. Because if it's that... then
That's a
it'd be
different thing. Here, let's see what they do here.
Wisdom one.
Let's see what they do. We'll skip ahead today. Sometimes we go in different orders. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that there's a gibbering. Oh, that it's under.
I think you get caught.
Huh? There's a gibbering mouther. It's just
I
speaking.
did!
I couldn't hear a word you said. What?
Had to go get a Klondike bar.
Okay. You do know when the sound's coming out, right?
Yes.
Okay. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you fight a village full of Smurfs? A planet full of apes? Gibbering Mouther in 5th edition. The spittle, right? Blinding spittle. Mouther spits a chemical glob at a point it can see within 15 feet. The glob explodes in a blinding flash of light on impact. Each creature within 5 feet of the flash must succeed on a DC 13 Dex saving throw or be blinded. Look at that. You're showing mastery of your game.
What?
You're showing mastery of the game.
Why?
Because you converted 1st edition to 5th edition, just like that.
Okay.
Without you guessed it. Here, I wrote on an Alpha Black Lotus.
Oh, no. Oh no!
Cool. That's really wanting you really wanted a Klondike bar. Actually, one of these old D&D books I put in the bag the other day. Which actually I should get one out, see if they have a gibbering mouther. But it has a little piece of a pencil mark, like, and I'm like, I think that was me reading them at one point while I was whittling a pencil and dropped on it. It's one of the good ones, but it's like, oh well. It's like transposing a song to a key you can sing in. Yeah. Okay, exactly. He knows what he's talking about. So let's see. So after the blinding like that, a mouther can attack by extending and biting with 6 mouths per round. Each mouth which hits will fasten on and drain an additional 1 point of damage per round that it's attached.
Never thought I'd hear mouths per round.
Mouths per round. It's the common stat of mouths per round. I wonder if they we'll check that in a second. Each mouth, okay, when 3 or more mouths are attached to a single character, that person must check each round thereafter for slipping. A roll of 4 or less on 2d6. Here we go back into the 1st edition calculus. A 4 or less on 2d6 indicates the character has fallen, +1 if dexterity is 15 or plus. 15 or better. If the character falls, the gibbering mouther will flow over the victim and bite with 12 more mouths. Given the opportunity, once it has pulled down one victim, a mouther will trap other prey. Well, let's look at this damage. 1 times 6 plus 1 per round. Jeez. So it's not much. I mean, here's the key. What first off, this is why you shouldn't. If you're playing and you see a gibbering mouther, pretend you don't know anything about it, so you don't just know how to get away from it.
Wait, what?
Since I know a lot about different monsters and all these different things, and part of the magic of the game is your character likely has never seen a gibbering mouther, probably has never heard of a gibbering mouther. That's what the rolls are for, to give them some sort of a clue. It sounds like some Japanese streamers. Which the gibbering mouther, just rolling a. Well, that's probably what. So I debate what the gibbering mouther comes from, because my thought is there's Gygax and the guys, right, or whatever, sitting around, or Arnson, or whoever came up with this, sitting around the table, and somebody's just. And this is what you said about me. That's what I brought it up. Is just babbling and babbling and babbling. Maybe it's epic backstory, you know. And so it's just like, really? And then they said, fine. Here's a gibbering mouther. What? It's something just mouths. Blah 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 blah. But and poof. Although I did ask, did I tell you this? I asked Luke Gygax. He's on a Facebook feed that I'm on. Who, by the way, Luke, I think you played this? Where is it? Oh, well, he helped on some of that Gamma World stuff that we played. But, Stinking Cloud. I thought that just had to be somebody that had bad gas right at the table. He says, no, it wasn't, and, shoot, I don't remember what it came from. But it wasn't that. So I said I had to ask, because when you get a chance to ask, you gotta ask something. So let's see. Then what? When any edible object is sighted by a mouther, what do you call a herd of mouthers? Malthai. Now, like you got a murder of crows, a pack of dogs.
A horde.
A horde of mouthers.
It says they're solitary, so I don't think
that's true. Yeah, but what about mating season?
I think we don't know.
We don't know yet. Let's see what they
just like.
You know.
It could be
if any edition says anything about, wow, this one goes to 2 pages. They really go off on mouthers.
Is it a conjuration or
an aberration?
An aberration, yeah.
Actually, this game, first edition, is semi-intelligent. It has not said this. They didn't have that kind of class yet. They just had levels and such. If it sees something it can eat, it may begin incoherent gibbering that causes confusion in all characters within 6-inch radius. So that's 30 feet. Unless a save versus spells is made. So how would we solve it? That'd be intelligence.
I do save
wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay. I'd do intelligence. I'm not sure why. Why would you do wisdom?
Because that's how you perceive things.
Okay, to sort stuff out. So you think somebody with a better wisdom is easier to sort out, like the music that's playing in the background and someone talking and stuff going by and focus?
The more intelligent person could tell what that music was, or the guy with higher wisdom would be able to tell apart the music from the person they're trying to hear.
Alright. I can go with that. I can accept that. I'm going to switch from Peace Pandora, though. That's all we've gotten. Yeah. I like Is, but I don't know if Is the right for our stream. Well, then stick by it next time.
I did! And then you were like, no, we're going to do this one.
Whatever you want to do, don't set up your world that you can always blame someone else. Take responsibility. Oh, what's your favorite song like ever?
No.
Oh no, because no, this isn't The Hobbit. This is Misty Mountain or whatever. Which is all black keys. Oh no, that's The Hobbit again. Sorry.
Oh, that would be Concerning hobbits.
Concerning hobbits is the Black Keys. Okay, for each round that the gibbering is heard, characters within range must roll another save. If a character becomes confused, roll a d8 to see what action he or she will take. 1. Here, roll a d8. Let's see what action you're going to take, Mr. Confused.
Let me get out a D8.
Maybe this is just a teenager listening to parents. Blah, 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 blah.
1.
1. Wander for 1 round. 2 to 5. Stand stunned for 1 round. So that'd be dazed. I think now is a official condition, isn't it?
Or like the peanuts listening to older people.
Yeah. Wah 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 wah. Somewhere I have the conditions. Here they are. Dazed. You are. That's dead. Okay. You are dead. Okay, that's not dazed. Dazed is 4th edition, isn't it? So what is...
Stunned.
Stunned is not a thing. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Incapacitated and cannot move. Ability to speak is impaired, but not lost. Automatically fails strength and dex saves. Ooh, which means you won't be able to dodge it biting you. If that's what we did. Wah 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 wah. Okay, that's how I could do. I'll do the next part in that.
No.
Wah 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 wah. That should be a if you loyalty points or whatever. You know.
No. No.
He must speak like
Caveman barely is acceptable.
Ooga ooga ba. Stand stunned for 6 to 7. Attack the nearest living creature for 1 round. 8. Treat as a fear spell. Save at +2 and run away for 2 rounds. A mouther always warms the ground and stone within 5-foot radius of itself and can control the consistency of this material by changing it to a doughish, tarry quicksand or concrete. It requires 5 segments to alter earth and 1 full round to shift stone to its next nearest form. Dude. So it turns so don't tell your players how to get away from it, because it's easy once you
What? Run away?
just run away from it. But so as a DM,
It's a big slug.
it is a big slug, full of mouths. I like it much better as a nagging wife or son or something like that, or a talking player. But okay, fine. So it's a slug. Let's see, where was its speed though? Hit dice. Number appearing, move 3 inches to 6 inches. So it sprints at 6. Oh no, that's it goes under. So if it's in quicksand, it can go twice as fast. All right, so that tells you much more than we used to get in the 1st edition. Usually doesn't have that much stuff on it. You know. Tell me, it's a laugh.
Can I laugh and then tell
Yes,
you?
you can, but I didn't. But the
I didn't point.
Okay.
I just laughed.
Okay, tell me.
No, now you're reading it.
Then tell me. Oh look.
Just put it blocking the entrance to a treasure room. Let them see the gold just beyond it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great use.
Better yet, if they find a way over it, it turns the room into quicksand and the gold starts sinking.
Alright, then watching it go away. That's funny. I like that. I love the way you think. I hate the way you think. I mean, I love the way you think. What's this? This still has a... Hang on, I'm gonna try to see where that... Oh, can't see it. It's the wrong
Green
color.
screen.
Can you read it?
Yeah.
Well, will you read it, please?
Child World. Children's Palace.
Oh, that's Lionel Playworld. that were going out of
Our
business.
low price of $8.87.
Yeah, I got that for $8.87. Is that worth something?
I think so.
That's probably worth something. It's probably worth $8. That's in good shape.
D&D Monster Manual 2.
That's in good shape too, isn't it?
Just got the $8 sticker on it.
Sorry, move this out of the way. Yeah, this isn't gonna work with that stuff up there behind me because look at that.
$5.
Yeah, exactly. So it's old stuff. It's not worth anything. These things are gonna fall down though. Huh?
You're telling me they came cheaper than $50?
$50? Oh, that's the modern ones. Dude, that was so hard for me to decide to spend that much money on a D&D book. Even though when I was a kid, it cost a ton of money to me because, you know, I didn't have any money. I was a kid. What am I doing?
I don't know.
Oh.
But Rockabilly Guitar Man got a book signed by Gygax.
Oh, sweet.
You're looking for something.
No, I'm moving these. So these were about to fall over. These boxes were I had them stored like this on a shelf that's not really a shelf, and they were falling. So I figured I'd be proactive. Those ones can fall. They're 3rd edition and 4th edition. They can fall over. I need to get a shelf.
3.5.
You know, it'd be work if you could clean your room a bit, and I could take your skinny bookshelf, and then you could take the one that's up in my room, that big tall one, and then I could use it down here. Anyway,
What big tall one?
the one by my bed, but it's like this wide instead of this wide, so in this tiny space it can't fit. Although we could put it right here, huh? And then I'm in a little cave. But all right, let's see. Yeah, the D&D starter set, the red box one. That's also. I also have this one though. They're both starter kits. This one's newer than this one. Although this one, I think, this one came with the Keep on the Borderlands, and this.
What's the adventure in the red box?
The red box didn't come with an adventure in it. The red box just came with its first D&D, and this isn't a D&D, mind you. This is just D&D. But at this point, it didn't come with one. This was for 0 to 3rd level, I think. And because then you had the expert set, which is this one. Which looks a lot like the first one, except this is the first one in there. And anyway, what is this one for? For use of the basic set. I don't know.
It's weird old stuff.
It's weird old stuff. I've got a whole bunches of different first, starter sets. Yeah, Keep on the Borderlands is awesome. I use it as an AD&D game. I said this before. I don't know if you were here when. To me, they're interchangeable. Just they're not. They're two different games. Yada yada. But I've played so long that to me they always seem almost the same because I didn't play them probably right in the first place as a kid. Who knows? Okay, I got stuff pulled all over here.
Where did we get those eagles?
I got these eagles.
I remember getting the owl, but I don't remember.
Well, they came in the same set as the owl. So a player of mine that didn't think I did enough work, apparently, probably. That one, I don't remember what comment it was. It made me feel like I didn't put in enough time for him. But these are... they're the right scale. Here. There's a giant owl, right? That's kind of cool. But they were like $10 for all 4 of those. For the owl and all these guys. Here. I'll set that up there. You can look at that. Another thing to look at for a while. I want to find Here you go. Gibbering Mouther. Attacking the person. There we go. Let's see what they say in 2nd edition. Although this could take a while to find it, huh?
Yeah.
This booklet. Should do it here.
But just flip to whatever.
It's not because they're not like that.
Why not?
Because there's 4 different versions in here. Kobold has Korrid on the side of this one, and then at some point, anyway, just cause. just cause, I don't know. But it's got the great artwork. I'm sure, and everybody that's come to Monster Talk has probably seen this, but I'll go ahead and do it this way. How's that? So you can see the cool pictures again. This is great artwork. Okay, we're looking for Gibbering Mouther. Here, you want to look through some of it? Ettin's in there.
Piranha.
A piranha. Okay. Puddings.
Got a little bit of Avengers theme.
Maybe we don't
skip that.
What?
The Avengers theme. You might want to skip it because it
Why?
might mute your stuff.
Oh, is it gonna mute us?
I wouldn't be surprised if that.
Is it that loud? See, it's way loud. That's why I have it quiet for them, and you can't hear it. As long as you keep talking, we won't get muted for it. But because it won't know it. Have them. Okay. Go ahead and read that for me, Wood.
See, I would make an adventure about what different things you run into on streams.
Oh, that'd be so. So when we were talking about TPKs, right? Mm-hmm. Totally, you could go into the abyss, the plane, the abyssal plane, right? Which is all sorts of weird reality stuff, and you can change them on the dime and stuff. Mm-hmm. You totally could enter into a weird Twitch world, or and you could hit like the slow-mo guys on Facebook, right? And everything, the whole world was what's a streamer you'd run into that you can think of that's weird?
I don't know.
That sounds like AC/DC. TNT. Here's your ape.
They also said, have them lands you enter into.
Yeah, exactly. So you go in the slow-mo land. No, I was with you right the second you said it. That was a great idea. You could go into, you could come into Monster Talk, and it'd be like every week you get carted out and have to fight a new monster. You go into your world and they'd have to, dodge the music that come at them or something. Let's see. LMNOP. What I'm doing here, guys, is I'm stumbling through the 2nd edition Monster Manual. I was gonna say one of the beauty things of it is that it's a 3-ring binder. What are you doing, bud? You don't have any light on you, dude. Want some more light on you? Is that better? No?
I don't know.
Oh, and we didn't put the little cover over this to keep it shading it. Because it's got, like, sun in its eyes. Number 1. Okay, Hawk. I'm sure there's a Gibbering Mouther in here. I have like 3. Hang on. Can you keep flipping through that?
Sure.
What happens when I just run off? Why do I do that?
Because you're looking for something.
Well, I get an idea. So that's the fun way of the 2nd edition book, right? But it also comes in this. So let's see if I can find it here. This should be alphabetical. I'm dirty. Gibbering. Gibberling.
Maybe it's not in there.
Oh no! It's gonna be in there then. Oi! E-N-T. Oi. Oi.
They gave Guitar Man some McDonald's at one of his streams or something.
What?
Said he was doing stuff the other day and they brought me food, so I'd be eating McDonald's while talking to people.
So, have them, have the characters would have to have to sample some of this strange modern food that might have to make con saves to be able to survive modern food. I hear the dinosaurs here. Thank you. Did we not have Gibbering Mouther in here? There's a gargoyle. There's a troll and gargoyle. Look at that. We should have all my. Is there anything else down here? Well, that's cool. There are maps. Let's see what else we got. Oh, remember we talked about the D12 and the D8?
Mm-hmm.
And how I said that was a great way to do encounters. Well, this is the series that it came out of, I think. So let's try again. Let's try one more thing through. Like alphabetical. E, F, G. Giant, giant, giant. Well, volume 2 doesn't have it. Welcome to the jungle. Compendium 1. EF. Gelatinous cube. Uh-oh. Does it not even have it in 2nd edition? So but right here. So these encounter sheets right here.
Uh-huh.
Here you go. Dungeon level 1. Roll a D8 and a D12 for me.
Let me go grab a D12.
You're gonna go somewhere to grab it?
No, you know what I mean.
12. So 12. Dungeon level 1, that would be a goblin. My favorite. And you know what? We need to get something to put over that. Jungle, welcome to... Yeah. You gotta remember to put a little hood over that so it doesn't get messy. I will look to see if I have any more indexes in here, because maybe he doesn't exist in 2nd edition.
He doesn't exist in 2nd.
He has to be there in 2nd edition. How would they get rid of a Gibbering Mouther? I just couldn't find it in this mess, because I got so many monsters, and I can't see what I mean. There's like,
It's
okay,
not 2 pages.
it should be.
Some of them are just weirdly thick.
Well, it's because back in the old days, back when I was a kid, they actually made stuff out of real paper, not like toilet paper thin stuff. But goblin, golem. So I don't. They're not in alphabetical order anymore, because each time I had an adventure, you would separate them out. And
No.
I know it just never mind. I can't expect anyone else to come by and stay interested in a stream if the one of the people on it is looking at his phone.
I just got a message from Crom.
Cool. How's Crom doing? Tell him we're live.
Dinner. I know.
What's he making?
I don't know yet.
Slithering tracker. Is that different than a Gibbering Mouther? A slithering tracker. Slithering trackers are transparent plasma-draining jellies found in many dungeons and other dark places. They're not invisible per se, but are instead made of transparent jelly-like material. But they're not gelatinous cubes, apparently.
No, they're slugs.
No, this is a slithering tracker.
A what?
A slithering tracker.
Huh.
I just told you about it. Thus, they're almost impossible to detect normally. Their unique nature of slithering trackers gives them the distinct advantage of being able to slip through cracks and holes as small as a rat hole. Not... Yeah, it looks like a pool of water on the ground. A rat hole. Not a mouse hole. Rat hole. There's your giant slug. But it is not covered with eyeballs. And there's this again. Get to go through this wonderful artwork every week.
So it looks like a pool of water on the ground.
It does. Okay, try again with Ettercap. We're about...
Here, why don't
I'll
I
give
just
one more...
Google-
Well, you could. If it's in 2nd edition.
Yeah.
Because that's cheating.
It's not cheating.
That's what the masses that are lurking are doing right now. They're looking online. And this one's actually in alphabetical order. Ha 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 ha. So I changed my D&D music selection from all like instrumentals to some heavy metal. So this is a great song for the start of any combat. Okay, these are all in order. I'm thinking there's no 2nd edition Gibbering Mouther. We know there's 4th because it's in the Dragon, Golems. Crazy.
Nope, it's in the 2nd edition.
Yeah, so where the hell is it?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Oh my god, I know where it is.
Where is it?
Hang on.
You're telling me?
It's in an adventure.
You're telling me?
I've pulled them out. Hey, what we got?
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Rhino Dino 1973.
Alright, let me get the Gibbering Mouther.
You'd think this is something you'd remember
What?
where it is.
Well, it's supposed to be in there, but you know what? I think I pulled them out when I made another adventure.
Hey, Crom.
Hey, Crom! You would never guess this, but I'm out running around. And I can't find the thingy. Yeah. Somewhere is my Gibbering Mouther.
You want me to look it up online?
No. That's like cheating,
It's
dude.
not cheating.
It's totally cheating. I got it here. Here we go. I bet you it's right in here.
Up.
I like to get up. Look at that. I got 2 more things people haven't seen. Volume 2. Did it say which it's in?
It's I didn't click on anything. I just.
It doesn't matter. All the volumes are in there. I used these when I was a kid to make different things. Okay, this one's not it. This one has all the things from Wilderness Survival Guide.
What?
The tables to hit tables for location, damage locations. How you doing, Crom? What's the no way?
That you were up and go.
Yeah, no, really? Me? Well, there you go. So much for that tape. More tape.
You taped it shut even though you knew you were going to be getting into it?
I didn't think I was going to get into it. I was going to get into it soon. Let's see if it's in this one.
I'm doing good. I'm here.
He's being
So
tortured
that's
by me.
something.
He feels he has to be here for the monster talk. I think he sometimes likes it, but
Hey, Els
nope,
Dragon.
it's not in here either.
I want some
Els,
monster
it's
today.
a party.
We're doing the Gibbering Mouther.
The Gibbering Mouther, but I somewhere in one of my
I'll pull it up on my phone.
well, I've already said it. It's not gonna be that much different than the other edition.
No, I googled it and they said no, they changed it up a bit in 2nd edition. Sorry. So
what I'm looking for is somewhere in here. I pulled it out for a separate adventure, and so it's sitting around loose. so now what you've tuned into is my organizational skills. But look at that. You get to see, oh, I think this is where he's introduced. Ha! Hidden Shrine of Tamoakin is where he's introduced.
here you go. I have it on my phone if you can't
That's right.
find it.
But look at this. You can read it.
No.
Let's see, this is a mistake with the tape.
Yeah, why did you tape it?
I don't know. Well, how else are they supposed to stay closed?
Friction?
It won't stay closed. I mean,
You
tap.
lean it, you fold over, you lean it into the rest of them.
Here you go. Somewhere in here, in this ancient first edition game, buddy, is the Gibbering Mouther, where it was first introduced.
Okay.
This was before. What we're looking at here is the Hidden Shrine of Tamoakin
Which one was that?
from 1980. Remember when you were in on the ship, right? On the Warden. You had been on the cruise ship.
Oh, that one.
And then the whale came and gave you guys, put you guys into
we went and found Neverwinter Nights module for.
Yeah.
Except we didn't find Gibbering Mouther in the Neverwinter Nights. Or in the other thing.
We didn't do so well in that either. So apparently I'm gonna have to give up, huh? I just saw it like 3 days ago. Oh well. So I guess you're gonna have to deal with just having 5 editions of the Gibbering Mouther instead of 6.
Yeah.
Right?
T-Rock Guitar Man says, I have piles of stuff everywhere, but I know where things are. My stuff got organized once. Couldn't find anything.
Yeah, so I have... Yeah, that's what I did. That's... Yes, exactly. Although, it was separated out because of a module I was running that I made up, of course. And I pulled it out of this big book. And I put it somewhere else. Which, there's still things sticking out of that. You ever seen this? Judges Guild? Book of Treasure Maps. This is all interconnected to that game, bud. Remember the temple that you guys were in?
Did you try looking at the...
Yes, I looked in that.
Shouldn't there be an appendix or something?
The Gibbering was in there, yes. Okay, nope, this is the stuff. Alright. So, I probably should quit looking. Hopefully people are enjoying seeing me be losing all my stuff. No, that's not...
why wouldn't it?
So how am I supposed to... Do you think I'm not supposed to use a
No, you
piece
just
of tape?
fold the end over and then lean it into the rest of them.
What if it does? Yeah. They all stick straight up. Alright. I still got a couple more things I could look in, but I don't see how it could be more than the first edition thing. Go ahead, you give it to me. I'll read it from there.
Here you go.
There's the Mouther, hang on. Oh, no worries. No worries. There's a Gibbering Mouther.
I want to zoom in.
What are you gonna be like when I'm like really old?
Oh, I'm gonna be insufferable.
How do you keep right there? The Gibbering Mouther it's the same as it was before. Gibbering Mouther moves oozing forward. That's just like first edition.
Say if it's an aberration.
I can't read that stuff. The Brain of the Mouther is in the middle, close to the low armor class. What we're looking is through the new stuff. So all that is in this version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spittle, Mouther attacks by biting. Victim. Here's new. If a victim reaches 0 hit points, he's absorbed into the Mouther. What is this?
Let me go.
Poor guy. This is perfect. Poor Gibbering Mouther has got you. This is Skyrim. Let me go. Nope, you're stuck into the Gibbering Mouther. It's absorbed by the Mouther, giving it another mouth and a pair of eyes, as well as 1 hit point permanently, up to the maximum of its hit dice. Only living flesh can be absorbed like this. Oh, that would suck. So then, can I come to the next session as a Gibbering Mouther, please? It's like, A mouther liquefies the ground and stone within 5 feet, same as first edition. Changing it to doughy quicksand. It takes 30 seconds to do that.
Doughy, you say?
Doughy.
Let's make some quicksand bread.
Doughy. Oh, look at that. My face is molding again. We forgot to take off that filter so I'm not see-through again.
Why did you keep me?
I don't. It's like Streamlabs has lately got a mind of its own. It went away.
You know the password.
I don't know your password.
Yes, you do. I've told
Why
it
don't
to
you
you
tell
on
us
multiple occasions.
Like I listen to you. You're my kid. Habitat and Society. Now this is stuff we didn't have. Why do we have all these old books if it's right here? It's a joke. It's a joke. Habitat. Like other amoeboid life forms, gibbering mouthers reproduce by asexual fission. When a mouther has absorbed enough victims to gain maximum hit points, it splits in 2. Each mouther has 4 + 3 hit dice. Go ahead and tell me what you're laughing at.
Australia.
Yes. What the hell do we have all these damn things?
You gotta tap the screen every 30 seconds, Dad.
Oh my God! I must tap it every 30 seconds.
Yeah, I have it on the timer. Just shut off.
It's only got 61% battery.
It's fine.
One has 17 hit points, the other has 18. Ooh, when it splits. The mouther retreats to some small dark den before the 4-hour process begins. when the two
Just
mouthers
scroll up and down
recover,
a little bit every now and then.
When the two mouthers recover from the... It's tiny text. This is what he's got me reading. Wall of text. Which, for some reason, a wall of text seems a lot better when it's in this big old beast.
You gotta tap the screen again.
I got a thumb. Look at that. I used my thumb.
Wait.
I used my
this
thumb.
is abnormal for you.
Did you see me?
You didn't use your pointer finger?
I used my thumb. Look at that. See, that's much better than using a big old book like that. Okay, here, why don't you fold that up so I don't ruin this fancy old book that's worth something.
Back to the
whatever. It seeks its own territory. Okay, because they're solitary things. Gibbering mouthers avoid each other's territories and even physical contact with one another. It is believed that bringing two mouthers in physical contact forces them to merge, creating a larger creature with twice the size, HD, and number of attacks.
Stop.
But half the already slow movement of the parent monsters. These great beasts strip the land so thoroughly that they generally die of starvation as soon as prey becomes scarce. Well, if they can eat grass, and they can eat rock, and they can eat living tissue, how are they going to starve? That's a pretty... come on, DMs.
I don't know, see if they get solved.
Although maybe they don't here, because in first edition they would eat anything. Lump of earthly material, same thing. It eats animal, vegetable, or mineral. So what on the earth is not going to be made out of animal, vegetable, or mineral that it can't eat?
Dirt.
Come on.
Actually, an ocean with no substrate.
See, this is the second edition. There just was no oversight. They were growing too fast.
No, I don't know. Can it consume water?
Gibbering mouthers are unnatural creatures usually created by foul sorcery. They can swim. They have a swim speed. Created by foul sorcery and kept as guards by mages and obscene cults. Although they can survive in the wild. Well, duh! They can survive anywhere. They can eat anything. They should melt down to the center of the earth.
So it can eat your weapon you attack it with.
Yes.
Haha, I'm gonna stab you!
If it can connect to it. If it can attack, because it can attack, it attacks with 6 mouths. And then if you don't make a save, it would have to attack the weapon. And then, although they can survive in the wild, they are more scavenger than hunters. And And they rarely establish reproducing populations in any but the most lush swamps. It's going to be a swamp, apparently. So, I like that they increased a little bit of the knowledge, but compared to the other monsters, the Gibbering Mouther has a lot of information, in the first edition's Monster Manual, although it's Monster Manual 2.
Congratulations, Lemon Juice 12. You have won 5 points, or 1-5 from the jump catch.
I'm not sure. Lemon Juice 12 is. Tell us if you're not a bot, because I don't know how to keep. Anyway, it's a long story about that stuff. Thaco.
No. No.
17.
Keep your evil witchcraft away from your sorcery craft.
Treasure Table
Magic
Q,
key.
Armor Class 1, which would be the equivalent of 19. So that's pretty tough to hit, because it's just mush. Okay, can I quit touching this thing? Oh, you wanted to know?
No, I already got the answer. I got the answer. It's summoned by magic.
Well, so this whole, at the start, these Gibbering Mouthers, right? Because they're aberrations or whatever. Here, let's get to back to the Gibbering Mouther. There he is. They need painted. Oh, speaking of, or colored. But my thought was to have them appear as a DM. This was my thought, is when there's all this table talk and metagaming, right? That just turn over a timer. Do you have one? Where's one of my egg timers right near here?
I don't know.
So I have an egg timer. You know what an egg timer is? They don't use them to time eggs anymore.
Wait, you guys timed eggs? You didn't just look at them and see you didn't just look at them and see, oh look, it's cooked.
I think they were for boiled eggs. I never used an egg timer, but they call them egg timers. Yeah, I'm a real cook. I'm worried about egg timers. But yeah, somebody used them. Probably some, what's the guy, Beat Bobby Flay type guy. You know, he's like, a proper egg must be 1.5 timers. And in here somewhere is the Gibbering Mouther. I'm looking for him. This is a really cool thing we got out in the very first...
Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee, yes. Gosh, I used to know the theme song. Let's see. Chef Boyardee.
You ever cook
Help
eggs
prevent
on
a
an
cavity.
overheated pan?
Have you ever dropped a bowl full of eggs and grits?
Shut up and have the bowl split in half.
You didn't have a good day.
And have the bowl split into half because we have a tile floor in the kitchen.
There's a Gibbering Mouther. Of course, look, I'm talking about, here, this is what they look like. I mean, I'm scrolling because I did all that effort beforehand, see? That's scrolling along the top. Oh, look, that's the wrong Monster Manual. It's not in that one. It's in Monster Manual 2. But anyway.
And we're all chaotic.
But this
today.
is an awesome coloring book if you have kids. Or you just like to color. By Todd James. He's actually he's like a famous author or a painter and stuff. But there's a Gibbering Mouther in there. He's famous. You can Google him. I don't have to say it. People could Google him.
No.
So that's let's go to the 3rd edition. Did they change him in 3rd?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
I don't know, because you're here. Because you're my Ed McMahon. Google it.
Okay, I gotta Google that one.
Back when I was a kid, all the talk shows had an Ed McMahon.
Yeah, I know. I have to Google that one. Ed McMahon?
Ed McMahon. Not the one that's, well, the same Ed McMahon that gave away stuff on Reader's Publisher Clearinghouse. This Monster Manual, number 3.
American announcer?
Yes, he's an American. Is that's his Wikipedia is? What's the Wikipedia say about his Ed McMahon? If that should be a verb, or no, you're my Ed McMahon. I guess that's a direct object.
Was an American announcer, game show host, comedian, actor, singer, and combat aviator.
Combat aviator? What, World War I? Sorry, Ed McMahon. I want to hear more about him being an aviator. And how come the back of this book does not have a list of freaking monsters? They just have them by rank, not alphabetical. How stupid is that? So here, 3rd edition. 3rd edition monster manual. Flip to the back. I would like to find my monster in the index.
Marine Corps aviator.
Keep going. What?
Military career. He's in the Marine Corps. He was a colonel.
Nice.
World War II and Korean War.
Nice. Gibbering mouther. Gibbering, giant. Gibbering mouther, page 104. Let's see what 3rd edition did to him. So, he still warrants a lot of space. He's still got a lot of space in here, right? So here's the reason this is exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting.
You think they give these blocks of text for like goblins?
Well, so yeah. So when we've been going through this, we started with what, the Etten, and you watch through the editions. Most of them shrink as they go on, but this guy's gotten bigger.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gibbering Mother. What's my mother? What?
It's redeemed.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Gosson, give the disclaimer.
Oh no.
Give the disclaimer.
Thanks to
Hell's
Dragon.
Go ahead.
We're gonna be sounding like chipmunks.
For just a minute or two.
Yeah, for a little bit. For a few minutes.
Is the abomination started? It started. Thank you. Hell's Dragon has Hell's Dragon has redeemed the chipmunks. So we're now chipmunks for a little bit. So the Gibbering Mouther is now. I'll just read that to you in a second. A Gibbering Mouther is a horrible creature, seemingly drawn from a lunatic's nightmares. Although not evil, it thirsts after bodily fluids and seems to prefer blood of intelligent creatures. What the hell has happened to this guy? He went from being... Now he's creepy. Now he's like just wrong. He used to be right? Look at the drawing of him. He's got these... What the... I don't know. That's what this is. I understand that, but... I'm having an issue with 3rd edition. What? Maybe it's because I'm a chipmunk. It's difficult to describe the Mouther. While its body has the form and fluid motion of an amoeba, its surface has the color, but not the consistency of human flesh. Countless eyes and toothy mouths constantly form and disappear all over the creature, often retreating. Mouths are toothy now. They were just gums before. Sometimes their arrangement resembles a face, but just as often they have no relationship to one another. Gibbering Mouthers can speak common, but seldomly say anything other than gibbering. No, they say gibbering? Gibbering. This is so... So I like 3rd edition. 3.5. No, then I'll have to talk longer. just a couple more minutes of talking like a chipmunk, and then we're... then I'll go get it. Yes. I'll talk in a low voice and it'll sound like I'm normal. Gibbering Mouthers attack by shooting out strings of protoplasmic flesh, each ending in one or more eyes and a mouth that bites at the enemy. Now I can't understand you. A Mouther can send out a total of 6 such members in any round. So they haven't changed much, but I have no idea why. What does members what? What has happened? What has happened to Monster Talk? It has gone off the rails. You know why? Gibbering Mouther has a power, and you roll hidden state. Right? Although, let's see what it says here. Spittle. Gibbering. This sonic mind-affecting compulsion effect. What? Opponents who successfully save cannot be affected by the same gibbering mouthers. Okay, that's cool. As soon as a mouther spots something edible, it begins a constant gibbering as a free action. All creatures, other than mouthers, within a 60-foot spread must succeed at a will save or be affected as though by a confusion spell. Yeah, I think we have an infestation of gibbering mouthers. But okay, I think it's time we'll go back to regular voice. Let me look for 3 times. You want to talk while I fix it? Okay, I'll be talking.
He's asking why there's ever a non-chipmunk version of the stream.
Is what? Why there ever is one?
Ever isn't one.
I know, I don't know. It's
Why we're not always in chipmunk.
that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, except
I
sometimes
cringe and there's
we have
a
this idea that
fly. I got it.
we
I have reflexes of amazing. I just caught a fly.
Okay. Why don't we always
Maybe I
have
didn't.
chipmunks?
Hang
That's a good question. But I think sometimes we actually feel that we have something that somebody might actually care about. I know that's just not true, but we have an illusion that actually
have an
some of the
illusion.
crap that we say.
You have an illusion.
Yes. I have this illusion that sometimes we say something that somebody might want to understand. I know that's... So coming tomorrow is an all chipmunk stream.
Wait, what?
No, I don't. Oh, I could do chipmunk, but have my guitar go through Rocksmith so it wouldn't be chipmunked.
Or we could play a video game where I can Discord in.
Oh!
I didn't
We
have
could
to do
do-
chipmunk.
We could do a whole. We could play a whole D&D thing as chipmunks.
Oh my god.
But here we are at Gibbering Mouthers, where some reason they've turned him from some, yeah, just weird.
No, tell me, what did they do with his members?
Look, he's got all these different
I want to know.
about his member.
What is he doing? What did you?
It sends out 6. Okay, here, let me find it again. Gibbering Mouthers attack by shooting out strings of protoplasmic flesh, each ending in one or more eyes and a mouth that bites at the enemy. A mouther can send out a total of 6 such members in any round. Yes, that's what the member is.
Okay, thank you.
But again, the first edition did 10 times, did less words and better explanation. Well, I do have a theme for like an anime theme that I wrote, but that's for we have a thing on Facebook for when I was teaching these guys or showing them the gold box
What?
Pool of Radiance.
Oh, that.
Yes.
That like
GB
3-year-old
Yes,
thing that
which is from
the
Pool
time
of
to plug in
Radiance.
your YouTube channel, Eat to Surf on YouTube, that you might actually find us.
Yeah, so that comes from this. This isn't it. So Pool of Radiance, but isn't there a picture? There it is. James Ward, they wrote a book about it, but on the gold box. Old video game, one of the first CRPGs, computer role-playing game. Yeah. We're gonna spin that one. See the backside. There's his mouth. It looks more like Sigmund the Sea Monster.
That's backwards.
Have you ever seen Sigmund the Sea Monster? Did I ever force you to watch Sigmund the Sea Monster?
No.
Rockabilly might know who Sigmund the Sea Monster is.
Yes.
Yes. He's old enough. He looked like a gibbering mouther, to be honest, covered with kelp. Sigmund the Sea Monster looked like a gibbering mouther covered in kelp.
That's what the Ocean Man song came from?
The Ocean Man song.
Ocean.
Ocean Man,
I don't know.
Ocean Man.
Ocean Man, take my hand. Da, 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 da.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I saw a clip of that song to some old black and white show.
Ocean Man,
I
Take
don't
me
know.
by the
I
hand.
don't know. It was a meme.
Yes, Rhino. Yes, Sig. And he was your favorite guys. Oh, what was it? What do you want? When Rankin Bass or something? No.
What about them?
That might have been, no. H&R Puffin stuff. Man, that's out there. So, Gibbering Mouther. This is perfect for the Gibbering Mouther. This is exactly what happens with the Gibbering Mouther. You get the confusion spell.
This is all just a big role play.
It's exactly. Marty Croft, yes, that's right. Sid and Marty Croft. Remember the thing with the hat?
No.
That's a D&D world. This guy goes in the back of this magician's, backstage. And the guy's a hat, and he puts it on the ground, and it grows really big. So he goes, oh, I wonder what's inside it. And he jumps in, and he's in this magic world. Yes, Lidsville. Yes, exactly. Oh, my God. So that would be one of the things you could go, and we were talking about alternate realities. If you do a TPK, wake them up in Lidville. Wow. That would freak them out. Witchy poo. That seems like where D&D went with this Gibbering Mouther. So back to the spittle. Start of every round, and every 2 rounds after.
I'm still having a hard time believing spittle is the best power they could come up with it for a Gibbering Mouther.
Spit.
Yeah.
The exploding, flashing spit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think it would have acid or
You'd
something.
think it'd have like psychic attacks and stuff.
Is it psionic? Special qualities, amorphous. It can listen at +8 and spot at +12. Its weapon it's a finesse weapon. Its
What?
bite is a finesse weapon.
Now, here's my question. Make a sword out of a single-mouthed Gibbering Mouther.
It would eat you. It would eat your sword.
No. You gotta, I don't know.
How come you're still in the dark? Lean forward.
You're gonna blind me even more. I can't look that way.
Well, what do you want to do so we can get light on you? How about
Let
put
me
it straight
be
up?
dark and moody.
Is that better? No, the table's too dark? That's not too bad. You can see you now.
It's in the second OG. It's in the
no.
Monster
It's
Manual
in,
2.
It's in this one. Right here. Monster Manual 2. It's got a really good. Hey, look, there's Gygax. It's got a really good description, which you can, when you go on the VOD. Look at me talking like a VOD again. We started with that. What we couldn't find in somewhere I've pulled him out of my 2nd edition Monster Manual thing here, and
Misplaced him?
Not misplaced him. I've carefully put him somewhere
That you don't know where
that I don't know where it is.
So you've misplaced it.
It might be with Keep on the Borderlands. I saw it within just a day or 2 ago. Oh well. But I'm a little creeped out by what 3rd edition's done. That's creepy. So, because they took one that was just fine. They didn't. Why would they have this need to mess with the Gibbering Mouther?
Because you can't use them in cult sacrifices if they don't seek out blood or something. I don't know.
No, this is past Satanic Panic.
I know. So it's okay to put it in their games.
So the spittle, let's see what it says. Maybe they changed the spittle to be more than just a flashy thing. Oh, yeah. You were here for this, right? Yeah, here's Tomokin. I'll put that in there. Every 2 rounds or after, Gibbering Mouther looses a stream of spittle. This ignites on contact with the air, creating a blinding flash of light. All sighted creatures within 60 feet must successfully succeed on a fortitude save, DC 13, or be blinded for 1d3 round. So what's silly, right? In 3rd edition, now all of a sudden you have a what is it kind of save? What did I just call it? Fortitude save, which is just a con save. and they had one up above. You had to make, what is it, the willpower save. It's just a wisdom save.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they were doing.
So is the Kool-Aid Man and Gibbering Mouther just in a...
Oh yeah! Crash, bang, boom, bop. Kool-Aid's got great thirst.
Why do you know this?
Why don't you? So
because
that's
I like water over sugar.
So here you go.
Drinks.
Here he comes, right? He comes into the room. Oh, hang on. Hold that so it don't fall apart.
It's in a bag.
Not that. Fine. Right? Get here. So we got to just go slam down some of these guys. So here we are. That's flying there. Thanks for flying there.
Are you? I'm telling you, you need to play more video games. Your hands are like unorganized.
Okay, so here we go. Here she comes. La da da, la da dee, la da da. Gotta get the Etten stones.
I know the Cool Man. I just don't know this Cool Man's.
Oh yeah! Crash, bang, boom, bop. So and then, why am I getting these out? What was I gonna demonstrate?
I don't know. You never said it. You just said, "Hang on, let me get the stuff out first."
All right. Well, there she is. She came in. Right? It sends out. It starts. It shoots out spittle. Boom. She's blinded.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. All right. This is why you need an egg timer, buddy.
We see the Metallica in the background here. Quick, take away their points. So she comes in, right? They spittle, except there'd only be one, right? It blows a thing of spittle. Yeah. Because that's what it does, right? Scares her off here. And we'll just make it like that.
This contest is brought to you by John Madden Miracle Air Elixir.
What do you want to say? The world is never what you expect it to be in the land of chipmunks. In the land of chipmunks. There is a female sorceress, fighter, wizardy lady with a sword. And here comes this spittle spurting mouther. Right? Zoom in there. So she would have to make a save, right? Or be confused. Right? And look how fast those Etten stones went together. That's so cool. Some plastic cups for Christmas with a goofy grape one. Okay. Funny face drink. Funny face drink. I didn't get funny face drink. That's probably a store brand, right? So, I don't know about store brand. So spits out the Gibbering Mouther, does that. She can be confused, then blinded. Why does it need to do both? Why doesn't it need to do both? Okay, so then you're blinded and you're confused. What is this? Improved grab. It has an improved grab. To use this ability, the Gibbering Mouther must hit with a bite attack. Okay, so it shoots out 6 members with mouths at our sorceress.
I needed that.
This is just wrong. So it shoots 6 members with mouths on the end. And our female sorceress. Who's confused. You just picking up on that? No, I'm reiterating what's happening. She is confused and blinded. So that's like a few drinks. are grabbed by these members. Oh my god. On a second successful grapple check, after grabbing, that mouth attaches to the opponent. It automatically deals bite damage and drains blood, dealing 1 point of temporary constitution damage each round. Okay, now we're into a whole new version of Dungeons and Dragons of D&D calculus. Is it sucking blood? Yes. Why? A mouth can be ripped off, dealing 1 point of damage with a successful strength check, or severed by a normal attack that deals at least 2 points of damage, AC 18. A severed mouth continues to bite and drain blood for 1d4 rounds after such an attack. When did it become vampiric? Third edition's nuts. A creature whose constitution is reduced to 0 is killed and absorbed by the Mouther, which gains 1 hit point and adds another mouth and a pair of eyes to its body. Well, that was there in first edition, right? Yeah. Then why does it say that the eyes and mouths don't mean anything? I don't know! Okay, you know what we need to find? What?
My timer.
We have a timer. Or can you not remember when it started?
Oh, you mean the clock?
Yeah, we have
That's
a clock.
not a timer. That's
That
a
isn't.
clock.
You can use clocks as timers.
Boy, when did you get to be so smart?
I don't know when you think I did become smart, because I did not.
Aw. Let's see, which is. Can you see if that's focusing or not focusing? That's focusing, right?
I
Oops.
can't tell. Everything's blurry.
That's part of the confusion. I used to watch the Uncle Croc shows with Charles. Oh my God! Yeah. So I used to watch the Banana Splits. You remember the Banana Splits?
Is this another
Oh,
old...
cool! Look, is this thing in here? I didn't know you could see this. Look at this. This is old. You ever seen this
Hey.
auto duel?
Thanks for cheering us,
Oh,
Elf
cool.
Dragon.
Cheering us on as we're going crazy. Where are we at? So it's not bad enough it's already sucking your blood with its members.
Yeah.
Then you have Engulf. A gibbering mouther can they just put everything into a gibbering mouther. They're like, hey, look, here's this massive blob. Let's give it like every kind of attack that can exist. Right?
See nothing wrong with that assessment.
A gibbering mouther can try to engulf a medium-sized or smaller opponent grabbed by 3 or more mouths. The opponent must succeed on a reflex save. What do you think a reflex save is?
Strength. No, dexterity. I just gotta add a
So
little...
disappointed. So
See.
disappointed.
Gibbering Mouther is just like a mouth version of the Beholder.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Except it's not supposed to be. Oh, you know what you can make? Once you get one of these in there, you get a gas spore, but make him look like a mouther instead of make him look like a beholder.
Just make a gas.
The banana splits. Yes. Oh, was it? I used to love they had those 6-wheel cars, and I was like, oh, those are so cool. Engulfed. On the next round, the mouther makes 12 bite attacks. Okay, it did this in the first edition, right? It rolled over you. Each with a +4 attack bonus. The engulfed creature cannot attack the mouther from within. Which of course,
Oh, so it's
obviously
engulfed,
someone
not
said, I
absorbed.
attack it from within. They won't let you. The previously attached mouths are now free to attack others. Ground manipulation, they're giving game terms to this. At will, as a standard action, a gibbering mouther can cause stone and earth within 5 feet. Okay, turns it into this doughy quicksand. Let's see what they call it here.
Ear and nose monster.
And throat. So yeah,
That's cool.
I think it's perfect for if people are talking too much at the table, you throw it out there. But it's like 4 hit dice. It's huge. I guess
So
22 hit points is all. So that's
that's
not
not
that big,
huge.
but it's hard to hit. AC 19 in this edition, AC 1 in first edition. We should skills. Thanks to their multiple eyes, gibbering mouthers receive +4 racial bonus to spot checks. You know what a spot check is? I'm pretty sure it's just a wisdom thing for how do you see stuff.
Perception check?
Yes. Yeah, why call it a perception check? Oh, because at least then you can add your bonuses and stuff. Okay, let's give...
Because perception is a skill that some people
It
are
is.
better at than others.
Well, that's the thing is, so everybody
So-
makes all their all your guys you make, and
So I have a negative in that.
yeah, if you want to just min-max everything, just make yourself perceive everything, and then you know everything the DM sends at you. And let's see, gibbering mouther. Let's see. Well, you'll have to wait for 5th edition. Here's 5th edition.
Why do we have to wait?
Because I gotta go 4th edition. I got 4th edition. Now, why do I put all these things in these bags?
Cause I don't know why you put 4th edition in the bag.
Yeah, I know. It's not worth anything. Actually, after everybody's burned all their 4th editions, it's going to be worth something.
You'll be rich because you have 2 copies.
Do I have 2?
Of some book in 4th edition, you know you have 2. 'Cause
4th edition makes a good video game. But you probably don't want to play a video game because you pulled out
D&D?
D&D. And now look, he is just a beholder.
What?
4th edition made him a beholder. What are you doing? He's looking ahead. You're cheating. Rockabilly's looking ahead. He's looking ahead. No reading ahead. Uh-oh, that's not in focus. Well, help me. There we go. So, yeah, apparently, he's just why she? Oh, look, the sorceress is gonna It's going all funky.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So now though, oh, he's not a gibbering mouther. I'm sorry. He's changed in 4th edition. He is now a gibbering orb. Oh,
The
a gibbering beast. Oh my God, he's got pages. He's the gibbering beast. Gibbering mouther, level 10 controller. A gibbering abomination is a level 18 controller. Gibbering orb is a level 27 solo controller. What is that, like the Death Star?
I don't know.
It's like
Let's see here.
level 27. 4th edition is so nuts. I was wondering if there... Oh, see, that's more
We have a Shaggoth
that's
box.
more story-ish than. So my idea was that it was somebody's wife that like said, "Are you guys done gaming yet?" Or it kept like asking about stuff, and they said it's a damn gibbering mouth. We're just dealing with a gibbering mouther, hun. But maybe that's.
Well,
So
we have a
so that's
Shaggoth-
why, Rhino, I don't know if you were here for it. At the very start, I'm like, my idea for gibbering mouthers now is, so in combat, right? And Els, we were talking about this a little bit. You know, it's meant to all happen at once, right? And then it's somewhere along the way, and it kind of used to be like that, and then somewhere along the way, we kind of turned into the Marvel superhero a bit, where it was, you know, I do this, you do this, I do that, we do this, right? Which is cool, except that people metagame the crap out of that, right? Instead of having, and it's supposed to all happen at once. That's why we have initiative, because you should decide, and then you have the initiative, see how it happens, and all that. Which is why I'm a proponent, if it's a small battle, of actually deciding what you're going to do, then rolling initiative. But that don't hurt me, because I said that. But so stop motion, right? What was that? Oh, so then people over metagaming. So they're like, oh, well, I'll do 3 steps here, do this, and you know, and just try to talk their way into being allowed to do almost anything because of the way we play combat. So when they get doing that, I think I'm gonna secretly like roll the die and do nothing, let them keep doing that, and then oh look, and a gibbering mouther appears, and eventually they might realize that, oh, every time we're like lagging for this metagaming stuff, this nasty thing shows up. But
Yeah.
But he was in he's in the first edition stuff. But it's the second monster manual, which I don't know if that was after Demigods, Gods, and that Ward
I don't
game.
know.
You know what? Let's see if he's in. Let's pull out the big guns.
What?
Let's see if he's in. I've got. See if he's in that.
What's this?
Greyhawk. Or that.
Why are they taped?
Stop it.
I know.
Or this one. Hang on, I gotta. I don't think they're in the. This one. Let's see.
I can't.
You can't untape it.
It's adhered.
Lord.
They have merged.
Let's see.
They become one.
So here's my old first edition deal. He's not gonna be in here. Ochre jelly, black pudding.
Ogre jelly.
Ochre. Gnomes, naiads, mule. Careful with that one. Unless that's the reprint.
It.
I know. So he's not in this. Not in.
This is the 2003.
Good. That's the reprint. So that's Gygax's first. Yeah. So I don't know anything about collectible-y stuff. So I have tape on the outside of the bag. It's not on the inside of the bag. How about on this thing? Yeah, they're totally like jelly.
The ogres need to eat too, and they.
And they like jelly. Yes. Okay.
If so, there's no picture of it. I can't find it.
Oh, these are all gods. Yeah, these books were even worse for having be able to find stuff in.
Well, there's no picture, so I didn't find it.
No pictures. You're great. Lord of Cattle.
Well, that's the god I want on my side.
You offer something to the Lord of Cattle.
I
Yeah.
sacrifice a cow to the Lord of Cattle, and they give me more cattle.
No, they'd be pissed at you. Why are you killing our cow for nothing?
To appease you, my lord.
Zot. Okay. Putting away the big guns. The big guns got nothing for us. So, where were we? Gibbering. So, Gibbering Beast is officially the Gibbering Mouther, right? Here, roll for her confusion.
On what die? 20?
D20.
5.
She's got it. Oh, that's under, so she's not confused.
Wait, are we still rolling under? And
I don't know.
what
Just roll.
edition
I'm
we're
making
in?
shit up. Roll again.
For some reason, 4.
Okay, she's not even blinded. So what's she gonna do? She
Run
gonna
away.
Yeah, she's. Well, except she can't. See, look, she's at a dead end. It looked like just an earthy bit. And so she's now at the back end, and it waited till it started. And look at that, it's turning everything into quicksand, so she can't get by.
Uh-oh. Learn to fly.
That's Pink Floyd's song. A gibbering beast is an ooze-like creature covered with eyes and mouths. It serves little purpose beyond spreading murder and madness, mouthing nonsensical yet disturbing verses. Oh, this one now is setting poetry, so he's not like the guy in the Vorgons in the
Hitchhiker's Guide?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because now they're disturbing verses. There once was a man from Nantucket. You Google that. Tactics. Creatures approaching the Gibbering Mouther are hampered by the creature's warped ground aura. Okay, that's a new thing. During the first round of combat, it uses gibbering power to daze enemies and uses gibbering feast to cause biting mouths to appear on them. It continues gibbering each round, biting the nearest target until its gibbering feast power recharges. So this is 4th edition, so remember, think of video game. Now its bite is just a 1d6 plus 6 and ongoing 5 acid damage. Acid now? When did it get acid? Warped ground aura. Let's see. Enemies treat the area within the aura as difficult terrain.
It's not
Gibbering.
quick
Free
sand
once
distance, right?
on the Gibbering Mouther's turn before it takes other actions at will. It's a psychic power. Close burst. 5. Now they're deafened. 5 deafened creatures are immune. Oh, sorry. Cloudburst 5. Close. 4th edition.
Enunciate.
Why am I doing 4th edition? It's messing with my
Enunciate.
mind.
No, this
Close
is the
burst
Mouther.
5. Deafened creatures are immune. Okay. Target is dazed until the end of the Gibbering Mouther's next turn.
Ooh, Rhino Dino won
which you
the
could-
jump catch game.
Rhino grabs the star. Gibbering Feast. It recharges. Is that supposed to be a die with a 6? Is that like a
What? That's a 6 side. That's a D6.
So apparently you roll a 6 and it recharges. That is unnatural mouths appear on dazed creatures in the burst and bite them.
What?
The mouths just show up now. So we've lost the members. So we've lost the member now. This is this is a monstrosity. Yeah, that's just bizarre.
I think we just move on.
Let's move on to the Gibbering Abomination.
Oh,
This
my
beast uses gibbering power every round while holding off foes with its unnatural utterances aura. An unnatural utterances aura. Let's look at that. Gibbering.
God. What does this become?
Close burst. The target is dazed until the end of the Gibbering Abomination's next turn. It's the same thing. Oh no, Eye of Despair. Psychic damage and the target is immobilized.
I think this edition's asserted its
Here it is.
insanity.
Unnatural utterances. Enemies that start their turns in the aura take -2 penalty to attack rolls. That's just confusion. Oh, but it's automatic. There's no save. I think. Unless this AC 30, 40, yeah. It's automatic. 4th edition is hurting my head! But now, look at it. It gets its eyes. The Gibbering Orb comes around, which is a level 27 controller. Keeps its distance, attacking enemies with eye rays while gibbering each round as a free action. It uses its action points to make additional eye ray attacks. My tongue's getting thick from talking so much.
How is that not?
If forced
It's just
into
a
melee combat, it makes bit attacks. It says bit attacks. I think they mean bite. It makes bit
That's
attacks,
just a reflavored.
detaching
thing.
its mouths and retreating as they continue biting foes. Someone was high. Which is fine and legal,
Now.
but what? But it wasn't in 4th edition. You're funny. Hey, look, you lean back. You're off
That's
the
why
screen.
I'm here. I'll have to lean this way to be seen.
Yeah, should we
I've been leaning this way.
yeah, you've been hiding. Why does that taste like soap?
Did you wash your hands recently?
And then stick them inside my drink?
Yes.
No, I did not. Mindless. Merciless. Hang on. Oh, there's lore. Gibbering Beast lore. A character knows the following if you make a successful DC 15.
Wait. So I could have never heard anything about it and just make this check and know about it.
No, this check means, yeah, I think I heard of that. That's what that means.
Oh.
We're all in the gibbering mess of hell. Gibbering beasts spontaneously arise when creatures, especially sentient ones, die in a place touched by far realm. By the far realm.
What's the far realm?
What? They just... I die, broop, and a mouther shows up?
Well, someone from the far realm has to touch this space and say,
It's
Yeah.
like your it's like your phone. You gotta keep touching it. You have a map of special effects. DC 20. For the most part, gibbering beasts speak nonsense.
For the most part.
Occasionally, a gibbering beast speaks an intelligible word or phrase, usually mingled with its mad gibbering. The word or phrase could be a clue or warning, or it could just be something of no importance whatsoever. And if you make a 25 roll, gibbering orbs are denizens of the far realm that wander the plains and the places between, consuming living creatures. Although they appear insane, gibbering orbs are perversely rational, and they pursue secret objectives all their own.
What?
Encounter groups live among other aberrant creatures.
What? No,
They are clever enough to associate with non-aberrant
I thought they were supposed to
creatures.
not associate with anything.
Yeah, they change in 4th edition when it's to their advantage. Okay, the gibbering orb travels alone through those
See?
those strange events and creatures might serve as omens to its coming. Okay, let's close the book on 4.
That's what I was saying.
4 is nuts. You know, there might be a group of people that are totally like 4th edition is the greatest thing ever.
It is, but only.
But I have,
only if
you
you're
know,
playing
but
the board
no, I mean, in
games.
the internet you can find all sorts of people, right?
Only if you're playing
But
with
the
the
one thing
historical
I've
games.
never found
Yeah.
in D&D anywhere,
Yeah.
people are like, dude, you gotta play 4th edition, it's awesome. Just never found that.
It is with the
It
little
is,
board games.
it is great with those board games, you're right. The adventure series is fun, yes. Oh, in town. Okay. There we go, change things up for you there.
All right.
Now we move on, finally,
To the one everyone's been waiting for.
the 5th edition.
The one everyone's been waiting for 2 hours to see.
Yeah, Rockabilly, you've been here just waiting for the 5th edition, right? Oh, I can't wait for the 5th edition. I think he's here for the chipmunks. Gibbering Mouther. So far, what have you liked so far first? Best. Which edition? He's on the spot. I'm going to move you down.
You want to?
I didn't mean to shut you up here. There you go.
Yeah. First, yeah, I agree. First thing is so far, but 5th edition's the only one I've ever really played, so.
No, but the descriptions of the things. Without the addition part, just a monster can be in any way. Yes, first all the way so far, right? Third's not bad. Third was pretty creepy. So okay, let's sum up a little bit too, right? First edition, though it wasn't in the first Monster Manual, is in Monster Manual number 2, coming from Tomoakin, right? Mm-hmm. So, which we never bothered to figure out where in the Tomoakin. You didn't run into him?
No.
That's right, you guys went the other direction. You guys tried to kill the crab
Actually, we
and
might
stuff.
have found them on the Neverwinter Nights game.
You know what? It might have happened when we were there too, and remember we had we got it out to introduce a new person into the game, and then they didn't show up the next times, so I had to zip you guys through because it was taken off the side of the. It was a mental thing happening on a different plane. So anyway, that was one, right? That's the Gibbering Mouther comes in. And he's this cool, creepy thing, right? With being hungry and eating, and he's like a lawnmower, right? With an amoebic lawnmower that eats anything.
And turn stuff to quicksand.
And can make the ground around it soft so it can move quicker. It moves quicker through the soft while you move slower, right?
Yes.
So, D&D wise, if you make it so that they have to go past that place, that's the only reason to get near a Mouther, because it's nasty. Then anyway, it shoots out its things, can crush over you, and turn you into another mouth, right?
Uh-huh.
Then, same thing in 2, kind of, but they talked about it splitting, becoming extras, right? And that's about it, right? Or being this giant one if you forced them together. And then 3 came along, and they totally threw all that out the window, right? And And then 4 came along and they threw out 3 out the window, right? So then and added things, so it's now a beholder with mouths, which is fine. Let's see what we do. I'm going to come back to 5, right?
Yes.
Alright. Gibbering Mouther. Of all terrors created by foul sorcery,
We're back to foul sorcery!
Gibbering Mouthers are among the most wicked and depraved. Well, I didn't know I picked like the most wicked and depraved monster. I brought this up because you said I was gibbering. This creature is the composite eyes, mouths, and liquefied matter of its former victims. Oh man, when you say it that way, it's kind of gross and cool.
Yeah, they
it is. They absorb them. Yeah. But they didn't start that way. They started out because someone was doing too much table talk. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, driven to insanity by the destruction of their bodies. Hang on, we gotta make a leap here.
What?
My body's gone away. I have been eaten.
Uh-huh.
That is making me insane. So I can become insane after I died.
It was absorbed.
No, by the destruction of their bodies.
By being absorbed.
So my soul has survived to become insane. Right? Alright. And the absorption into the mouther. Those victims gibber incoherent madness, forced to consume everything in reach. Okay, I got a DM thing.
Huh.
If you get killed by a gibbering mouther, you've got to like write a few different things that have to do with that guy's life. That they, like the name, so they can put it in this mouther, so when it's talking its gibberish, you have extra gibberish that connects to people that you've played with. Ooh, there you go. That was a good tip right there.
There you go.
But nobody kills players anymore anyway, especially 5th edition, so how can anybody die?
Ban Spare the Dying.
NPC, and no, it'll eat up your NPCs, because no one cares about them, and it'll eat up your hirelings. Can I post a link? Sure. Lucius the Eternal. Is he a gibbering mouther? And if he's eternal, how can he go insane to what is this?
I can't. I have my phone off, so doesn't get any of the new. We have to click it on the computer.
All right. Let's click it on the computer. His armor is made of gibbering mouther. Oh, cool. But there's a which edition gibbering mouther? If it should eat it then. But I'll allow this to happen. Is that souls and stuff in there? Lucius the Eternal. That's cool. That's totally cool.
He's got that grin because he obviously knows.
Probably 5th since like depraved and evil and soul capture. Yeah. Well, so 1st edition has it turn into mouths and eyes, right? But it doesn't say it doesn't say it gibbers because of that insanity. They just added that. So I like that. Although I'd have a hard time with the leap of now that I'm dead, it's made me insane. Because I think that means you can be dead and still insane, but that's fine. It's just one of those things. I don't mind it, dude. I don't really mind it. Amoeboid form. The gibbering mouther's body is amorphous mass of mouths and eyes that propels itself oozing forward, fastening several mouths to the ground and pulling its bulk behind. Yes, just like 1st edition. Though it moves slowly, it swims through water, mud, and quicksand with ease. Mouths of madness. That's nice. That beats, what was it in 4th edition? Its new skill of gibbering, I don't remember what it is. Mouths of madness. When a gibbering mouther senses prey, about 2 years ago, I think Something happened to my tongue, and now that is thicker than it used to be. When a gibbering mouther senses prey, its mouths begin to murmur and chatter, each with a different voice. Oh, it's total chaos. Deep or shrill, wailing or unwailing, crying out in agony or ecstasy. This cacophonous gibbering overcomes the senses of any creature that hears it, causing most to flee in terror. Well, hang on a sec. I'm going to go on a sidetrack here, right? My friend showed up. Okay. Cool. Have a fun adventure. That sounds like awesome. So, if it can eat anything, right?
Uh-huh.
What does a plant that it eats become inside the mouther?
Wow.
Because what about the rats that it eats? Is it only humanoids that become? Or has it got little rat mouths?
Well, I guess the trees would have like just a tiny indentation of a leaf somewhere, maybe.
Because the leaf is the mouth of a tree?
I don't know. He's got to take in... There may be a root. I don't know.
Does it try to terrorize the tree as it comes up to eat the tree?
I don't know.
Does it confuse the tree? There's so many questions!
And so little answers.
It's almost like someone made this stuff up for like a game. They didn't think all the way through. Yeah, they did. That's why it's magic. But maybe it shouldn't eat. Because they talk about it starving. I don't think you're here, Els. They talked about they can eat anything. Anything at all. Animal, plant, or mineral.
Yes.
And then they say they wander.
Mineral?
Yes.
Can eat anything.
Anything.
Anything in the world.
Anything. And then they said they'll wander around until they starve. Which they can't do.
They will eat the rock.
They would go all the way through the core of the earth.
They'd eat the entire earth.
Yes. Oh, no, they'd burn up with the heat or something somewhere.
Yeah.
So there should be little holes. Maybe that's why the moon has holes in it.
No, that'd be the D&D version of in Minecraft.
And thanks for stopping by, Rockabilly.
Doing awesome. A glitch to remove the bedrock layer and just have a fall thing down to through the world.
What? Oh, yeah, exactly.
There's a glitch you can do to destroy the unbreakable block that keeps you from falling out.
So now you're going to say, now this... You're into Minecraft. Come on, no. Minecraft is not spoken on Monster Talk. Okay, it can be. Is there?
Your idea.
Are there gibbering mouthers in Minecraft? All right. So somehow, yeah, we got off track there. That was Mouths of Madness, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Terror. Others are overcome with madness or stand paralyzed, fixated on the horrific creature that as it oozes forward to consume them. Have you ever seen the Blob?
Yes.
I showed you the Blob?
Yes, I've seen the Blob.
How'd they kill the Blob?
They froze it.
Where?
What was it? They couldn't get it to fit in the freezer, so they trucked it off to the North Pole or something, right?
No.
I don't remember.
Ice rink. They lured it to the ice rink.
Ice rinks aren't even that cold.
It was cold enough for the Blob. Boy, if you had CGI, you could probably make the Blob movie just a gibbering mouther and add a whole bunch of just weird
grotesque
sound bites that are just short enough that you wouldn't get a copyright infringement.
Just constantly have...
And then you could say with Jack Nicholson and that you'd stolen their little bits.
Hey, Dice.
Dice, how you doing?
Oh, that...
An immovable rod. Its soul would be eaten. Dude, there's so much right and so much wrong with the gibbering mouther that you've missed a fun ride, Dice. So how you doing? You've missed a fun ride today. But the VOD will be worthwhile looking at.
Yeah. Where were we?
I was on All Consuming. So it should eat the rod. Let's see what happens in 5th edition. In the debate was good, hanging in there.
Yeah.
And the debate was it said in the first 2 editions that it could starve. Yet it said it could eat anything.
Yes.
and it can move through things. It shouldn't eat. All right. No worries, no worries. Feed it a portable hole. Nice. So what you missed, this is actually what I want to use them for. Because it's like, they're in my Adventure Series games, right? And you run into them, they're like, ah. And thanks a lot, Els. Appreciate you coming by. That was awesome. It eats minerals, and it's like, yeah, it's in a stone room. I guess it doesn't have anything against, maybe it only eats living minerals. First edition doesn't have to make sense. It's first edition.
I don't know.
It's first edition. Doesn't have to make sense.
I don't know. I saw a clip from a TLC video where someone thought stones were pretty tasty.
TLC.
Learning Channel.
They ate rocks.
Yeah, they did a video on someone that ate rocks.
They
thought that they liked the earthy taste.
And when there was no... We ate sand. You ate sand, we ate sand. What movie is that from, Dice? See you, Els. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping.
Yeah. There's that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure there is an eating disorder where you eat sand and clay. I think you eat clay, which, by the way, was an ingredient in Three Musketeers bars.
What?
They had to start labeling the things. They changed out the rhyolite clay they put in to fluff them up. They had to write rhyolite or whatever it was in there, and they're like, what if people look it up and it's like dirt? So let's use egg whites. Okay, let's use egg whites. But what was I talking about?
the gibbering mouther spell is caught us all.
Yes, we're getting confused. All-consuming mouths of madness. I don't know. All-consuming. Driven to devour. Oh, that's why I set it down, to tell Dice. The reason these should appear, right? The reason I think they should appear is when they do the whole the metagaming stuff that happens. Here, we need somebody else there. Goblin. Oops. Goblin getting eaten by the thing. When combat starts and it's like a blurb, a blurb, a blurb, like comic books, right? It's like, my player does this, swing, the next person does this, all these little stop motions, instead of moving it all together in the chaos of combat, which is what we talked about, or Steven talked about on Troll Lord's thing, Tips of the Trade, which, by the way, I now run my Monster Talk after his, because I like to watch his Tips of the Trade. Troll Lord Games Twitch, whatever, then you'll find it. But with Table Talk, right? Because of that stop motion thing, and we talked about different ways to deal with that, but if they start getting overly, I'll take 4 steps here, do this here, metagame that 6-second space at a time, and too much talking, then call in one of these guys. Because, right? It's like, it's magically, it's formed out of this strange magic. Well, it's formed out of the magic of your players taking advantage of the time that they have. That's what I say. That's just not in any of the books. You only get that here.
As a player, if I don't know what I'm going to do, when in doubt, whip out the slingshot.
When in doubt, whip it out. All right.
Wait, that's not...
That's what you just said.
Okay.
All-consuming, driven to devour any creature it can reach. A gibbering mouther flows over victims transfixed by its mad ranting. It's... Okay. Multitudinous. Multitudinous. Okay. By its mad ranting, its multitudinous voices, temporarily silenced by it... Okay, now they're just ripping my tongue apart. The gibbering mouther has torn my face off. Flows over victims transfixed by its mad ranting, its multitudinous voices temporarily silenced as it gnaws and swallows living flesh. The monster liquefies stone. There you are, Els. You're not here, but it's liquefying the stone, which, of course, the dungeon's made out of, but we're going to ignore that part. Liquefies the stone. Oh, wait a minute. It drops in from above. Because you're in some dungeon, right? and it's busy eating from above through the earth, like we just said, right?
And then
it lands on
and then that's just gonna eat away, and all the treasure sinks.
Yep. Oh yeah, so Dawson was using it as a put it in front of the treasure. Or somebody was that Rockabilly said, like, put it in front of the treasure,
Yes.
right? And then you said, ooh, and it lets the treasure sink and into the quicksandy stuff and eats it. Well, look at that, you see a plus 900 sword. Would it have to hit the sword if it just eats it? Because it's not a gelatinous cube. So technically it has to bite it.
Right, but it wouldn't eat it.
It has to use its all-consuming. Hang on. The monster liquefies stone with which it comes into contact, hindering creatures that overcome its gibbering and attempt to flee. A gibbering mouther leaves nothing of its prey behind. However, even as the last of a victim's body is consumed, its eyes and mouth boil to the surface, ready to join the chorus of tormented gibbering that welcomes the monster's next meal. The writing's much better than it was in...
Yes.
The 4th edition writing was really bland, too. So this one's good. I like this. So 1 and 2... 3 was interesting, but disturbing. Something happened. Something happened in the 3rd edition, which then spilled over to the 4th edition. But now we're nicely back to the good old gibbering mouther.
Just the one that assimilates everything.
Well, they all tend to do that. Okay, so it has apparent ground. The ground in a 10-foot radius. Didn't it used to be 30 feet?
I don't remember.
6 inches. No, the 6 inches was for the gibbering. That's 30 feet. I think it was 5 feet, so it might be bigger now. Around the mouther is a dough-like difficult terrain. Each creature that starts its turn in that area must succeed on a DC 10 strength saving throw or have its speed reduced to 0. So not dex, strength, because you're in like thick mud, right? Or your feet get stuck. Or quicksand. Gibbering, the mouther babbles incoherently.
Or doughy-like material.
Like a doughy-like material. The mouther babbles incoherently while it can see any creature and isn't incapacitated. Each creature that starts within 20 feet of the mouther can hear the gibbering must succeed on a DC 10 wisdom save. You're right on the wisdom.
Thank you.
On a failure, the creature cannot take actions until the start of the next round and rolls a D8. Oh good, they brought the D8 back to determine what it does. Yes! 1 to 4 does nothing. They've expanded that. 5 or 6 takes no action or bonus action and uses all its movement to move in a randomly determined direction. 7 or 8, the creature makes a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach or does nothing if it can't reach or make such an attack. I think it should move to an attack. What did I say? All I see instead of your stream is Twitch. Hello. You're seeing this and you're not already in Twitch. Huh. We still are... Well, that's funky. Can you hear us? I wonder if you can hear us. It says it's working. Hang on.
It's been working on my phone.
Let's see. Hang on, what do we got? Let me go to here. You know what? I'm not even watching it. I'm not even watching. Let's see what we got. And we did just all of a sudden dump a lot of... Let's see what we got. We did just all of a sudden dump a lot of... There we go. Let's see. Couldn't hear us either, but can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? The gibbering mouther has eaten your... Run, Dice! Run! If you can hear us, run! The gibbering mouther has escaped! Countdown for 30 seconds and it... Huh. Oh, you know what it was? I think that was probably wherever it dropped something along the way, probably. And that it caches it and then skips you up to the live part, probably. Yes. Slurp up the last big gem. Well, we wanted them to see it first. So they see all the gems and then poof. But yeah, that's a bummer that it did that to you because that's probably why we dropped half our viewers. But, but we're going now That probably means my daughter turned on a massively multiplayer game or something. Multi-attacks. It can make 1-bite attack. What? The Gibbering Mouther makes 1-bite attack, and if it can, uses its blinding spittle. Well, that's lame.
Yeah.
Because it used to bite 6... It could send out 6 mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Known as members. What was that?
Sounds like
Is that mommy cooking stuff? The bites. Well, let's see what it says. Melee weapon attack. +2 to hit. Reach 5 feet. 1 creature. 5d6 piercing damage. So now... Holy crap. It went from doing 1 hit point per mouth. Had 6 mouths. So it could do at max 6 points of damage. Each mouth could latch on. If it latched on, it would do 1 point again the next round, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if was how many? If
you got like
3,
yeah.
If it had 3, you had to escape it or cut them off, or it would drag you under and absorb you by attacking you with 12. Now it does 5d6 piercing damage. If the target is medium or smaller, it must succeed on a DC 10 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. If the target is killed by... Okay, it's absorbed. Spittle. Recharge 5 or 6. What is recharge?
I don't know.
This is 5th edition.
I don't know what recharge is. I've
never heard of recharge.
I don't
That's
even know
left
that
over
was a
from
game
4th
term.
edition where you have to roll a 5 or a 6. The Mouther spits a chemical glob at a point it can see within 15 feet. The glob explodes in a blinding flash. Each creature within 5 feet of the flash must make a DC 13 dex save or be blinded. So I'm not sure what the recharge is. We're going to have to Google recharge. That's it for the Gibbering Mouther. 5th edition. Wow, we didn't get to fight it. You look like you're spent. You don't have the energy to fight it.
Don't make me go back in there.
Don't make me go back in and fight the Mouther. Alright, bud. You won't make you face the Mouther. That Mouther... what's an F word that's... The word Mouther... Flopper. Doo-doo-doo. So what's he in the... Tomb of... or whatever,
I don't know, you gotta go around the other way to get it out.
Here.
He's a
attack
monster. They don't say any of that
Let's
stuff.
attack him with that. That's like 4th edition. We gotta end with you can't just end without attacking him, buddy.
You could.
No. Pick a guy out.
Do you want me to get out all his daily spells and everything?
Huh?
His daily abilities?
Oh God, no. Well,
I need to
you
at least.
Well, here,
get
you know
out
what?
that
No.
will.
Okay, we could let's do a 5th edition. Pick a guy out. Don't we have a guy?
Get a guy out.
Don't we have a?
I'm getting a guy
No, but don't you have a? We don't have a character list. A rogue. What is it? Rogues gallery. We need a rogues gallery.
Don't have rogues.
Feel free to submit a 1st and 5th level character into somewhere on my Discord, and we can put them in and use them in Monster Talk. So what we need actually is if you have a 1st level build, and then keep that and make them 5th level, and then when we have different levels of people, we can actually make it 2nd level and 5th. Whatever, just put a guy in. We'll use him. Let's clear this up. Hang on. So this is awesome that I still have this, but it's gonna get destroyed because I'm not good at keeping stuff undestroyed.
There we go.
What?
That should be enough.
Just got his lucky strike.
Yep.
Rogue and a lucky strike.
I just need to find the card to get out of Gibbering Mouther card.
There you go. Monster Manual number 1. So we are now going to just quickly zap him in a quick battle. So if you've never played, what's it called? The Adventure Series. This is Wrath of Chardalon, right?
He's an aberrant.
Yep, he's an aberrant. Oh, and again, here I go off on my. These things are so awesome.
Yes.
These are Etten stones. I was watching today. I was on my Facebook first edition, whatever, you know, where you, whatever, and they get an ad, and there's this guy in the fast, you know, with the time lapse, putting together some terrain, saying, you know, here, buy this new thing, you know, because you look and it's, you know, the time lapse for how to build stuff, and it's like, dude, you want to build that? How about, bam, you know, pull it together, snap, snap. Oh, look at that. And I've, of course, made these, which I'm going to make a template for. Where'd that thing go? Was it got two on the edges?
Yep, and then the back row is one.
So, hang on, that was hurting my brain. Here? Right? Mm-hmm. So, I made these little just paper things. So it's that small, and it's going to be here, right? Mm-hmm. Let me put one in here. Look at that?
Yep.
Okay, bam bam. Thank you, ma'am. And where'd it go from there?
The wall's right here.
This whole thing's a wall?
Yeah.
Okay, boom, boom. Is that a wall? Like that?
Kind of.
Good enough, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there you are. Oh, you're stuck? You got no way out? Oh, these are ways out.
Can't see what's going on here.
Those are ways out.
Yes.
So let's move you in. Let's put you higher, give you a better view here of our...
Yes, especially because I cannot see it.
Okay, so there you are, Mr. Thief. Entering into our zone, right? Gibbering Mouther zone. Well, so if you're going to do this with a Gibbering Mouther, right?
Yeah.
You should just run away from it, right?
Uh-huh.
So as a DM, you want to make them, like you say, have the treasure here or whatever. You wouldn't see it because it is a earthen-looking thing, right? So you would have passed it. That's how I would have done it, right? You're coming back.
Next thing happened again today.
Damn. I wonder what that is. Huh. Well, I'm sorry that's happening to you. I don't know what it is, because it according to my thing...
talking about browser extensions.
In my Streamlabs, it tells you when it's dropping streams, and it says I'm doing really well and only using just a little bit of my stuff. So it might be on your end, or a Twitch thing. Yeah, it must be a Twitch thing. That's a bummer. But then you just had to miss me talking about Etten stones, and you've heard me talk about them before. So let's do a quick thing. You came and you got the stuff, right?
Yes.
It was hidden in the back there. Yes. You walked past this stuff here as you were doing. It's been tracking you because apparently it's tired of eating stone, and it wants your flesh.
All right.
And so if we're just doing a game, if we're playing this game, what? It does what? Your exploration phase would have just happened?
Mm-hmm. And then it gets to attack me.
Okay, give me a D20. This is just the obligatory attack. So these are the cards that this game came with. This is a board game. But it has his AC and stuff, which, by the way, you could actually use these cards and still use this system to make a cool solo or group against the board game by picking and choosing stuff. So here you go. I'm going to attack you.
Okay.
If it's within one tile of a hero, are you within? You're okay.
Yeah, we're not.
You're here.
We're both within one tile people, so we'll just sit there and roll dice.
Okay, we'll just sit here and roll dice. I roll a 15. I add 8.
Yeah. I don't even need to go dig
So
out
you
the
take
thing.
one and you're dazed.
If that means I can do one thing.
Okay. So you have to be adjacent, or you?
There goes my health.
Okay. And what does your guy do with your lucky strike?
Oops. Attack one monster within 1 tile of you.
That's lame, dude. Here, pull out your. Let's do 5th edition. It makes more sense.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, it's just mattered. I mean, you gotta do something.
I don't know. This was your idea.
Okay. Okay. You're fine. Okay. You're right. We're trying to find a way to have a battle and make it actually slightly meaningful, but it's not going to mean anything.
I'll run up and attack it.
You're dazed, so you can do one or the other. So you couldn't, right? Because if you only can attack with that, you'd be dazed for this turn, right?
Well, no. Dazed is he can either move or attack.
Right. So
Yes.
if you can't attack without being adjacent,
I'll make it an epic fight. Then I'll run up. Be like, what?
what's an epic?
Epic fight. I don't know.
Is that a move thing?
No.
No, but so what rule are you using to move? You're
I'm
dazed.
not. I'm just
Great.
look cool if I moved.
Except you don't. You lost your turn basically.
Yeah.
Or you can move. You want to move away? Move past him?
Sure.
Because he's dazed. He can
Yes.
move or. So he's gonna get a. He should actually get a attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So let's give him that. But see, that's where we should be using one of these things, but we won't. What's your AC? You're gonna get hit because that's 21.
Yes.
So you take another point.
End of day.
Let's give you how many points do you think you have?
D8 at 8.
Okay. So this is a dead end. Oh, actually, you'd have had to go through. You can't go past there, and it's going to be difficult terrain and cut you in half. Your speed's in half because he's got softened stuff. So we would have done that wrong, but let's keep going. Sorry, this wasn't planned, but we're going to throw together some quick Etton stones. Look at that, now you're stuck.
I still having problems. Yeah, you just switch browsers.
Huh. Well, I'm glad it's working for you, Rhino. Sorry, Dice.
Yeah.
But we're just making crap up that's not actually even officially right. So hopefully people aren't going to get too mad that we're just throwing this together just to give. We should have had the Mouther face the Etton or something. But
I guess.
But I've got my players ready to be done. So this is also a reason to hurry it up.
Yeah.
So your turn. We're just gonna go. You go. I go. Just exactly what we talked about not doing.
I don't know what
Relax.
else do you want? Even
Nothing.
if we did switch versions, it would still be you go,
I know.
I go.
No, we would have you decide what you're going to do and then roll. But there's no. We have not made an encounter for this, so we're just ending to show some of this stuff. But okay, no worries, Rhino.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
And thanks for the follow.
We're just trying to finish with an attack, so totally appreciate the follow and the information, the interaction.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
See.
Hopefully you made a cowboy.
You
Right.
did.
Oh, there he is. Nice. Got the red bandana. Dark hat. Is it a black hat? Oh, wait. Well, you can
hang on,
go.
let me get in
But
the
I
chat.
forgot I didn't do a battle royale.
Hang on,
I
let
should
me
have
get
done
in
this
the
earlier.
chat.
And I'm not trying to halt you here. I'm just realizing that I need to do a battle royale.
I need to
It
be in
says,
chat. for
I
the
can't
battle
believe I
royale,
didn't do a battle. Oh no, Crumb! He just healed. Oh! No! That avatar's got
We got
misapplying. Well, miss, you win. So let's see if you become one of these mouths or not. You said you have 8 hit points for deciding?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn and shoot with his lucky strike.
Okay. You can't shoot though, right?
It's within 1 tile.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you do that last? Oh, 20! So that would...
And you roll even number, deal +1 damage.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I chose this one.
Boom! Okay, you defeat the Mouther.
Yes.
So you've been released from your hell of having to keep playing with your father.
Yeah.
Even though that was a fun stream, dude. So I'll relieve you as you want to leave while I finish and say
no,
bye.
I'll stay here while you say bye.
All right.
I'm gonna be like.
Well, everybody, that was awesome. I wasn't sure what I'd get when I pulled out the Mouther, but I'm totally stoked that we pulled out the Mouther because that's cool. The Mouther's a cool deal. I have new respect for the Mouther. And so, that was awesome talking to people along the way. What day is it?
Thursday?
Thursday. Tomorrow night, I want to do some sort of Friday Night Fights board gamey thing. Maybe it's this type of thing. Maybe it's wrestling. Remember the wrestling?
I do
Or Star Wars
wrestling.
Epic Duels?
Like
Some sort of mono-on-mono game. Maybe it's, although we could do Dungeon Command, because that's you versus me with our players.
something us versus you.
Yeah, but I know everybody's usually busy on Friday night, but we're going to be doing that, Friday Night Fights. And, tomorrow afternoon, though, I got all sorts of stuff
What's going on tomorrow afternoon?
Well, I have to bag these, some of my collectible stuff. So there's these booklet games, Lost Worlds, I think it's called, where you have, they're combat books. So it's like man in chainmail versus skeleton. And so, one person, you exchange books. This was a really cool thing. This is back before video games. It's like a LAN party in a book. Right? He looks at me like, yeah. No, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're
How would
talking
you describe it? How would you describe it?
I don't know.
It's like
It's like that.
Well, anyway, you choose your maneuver. Simultaneous. It's simultaneous movement. It's what I'm trying to get to in this, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So you simultaneously picked a maneuver. They tell each other the maneuver. You go to the reaction thing, and then you see what's happening, and you fight each other that way. It's a man-on-man combat. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow night, since it's Friday Night Fights.
Okay.
But I got that planned. Sunday, trying to get some D&D stuff going, which Crom maybe would be into. Get you in there. And I don't remember what else I want to play some music with you and stuff, but we'll sort all that out. Mm-hmm. So keep an eye out. Check my Discord. Check my VOD for under Dungeons and Dragons or Tabletop to see this kind of thing. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Until next time, don't forget to wear your mask, wash your hands, and don't touch your face.
In Crom, I have an hour before dinner if you want to play a game.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
What do you want to play?
GTA?
I'll go get on GTA.
You will?
Yeah, I'll go get on GTA. But we're going to close this stream down, and if I get on GTA with you, maybe we'll start that up too.
Alright.
But, yeah. Enjoy, guys. Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face.
It'll make you go blind or grow hair on your palms.
Don't touch your face after you applied sunscreen.
Have fun.